Welcome back. This is Rachel with Not Made, and today I'm going to be talking about the third week of October in my October challenge to complete a finished item every day for the month. I've gotten into a bit of a groove. I'm completing more than one, which is pretty cool. Most days, I won't say every day, but most days I'm impressing myself. Anyway, coffee. Okay, I'm gonna dive right in because I've got to get through a few things. So this is one of the to-dos on my checklist. For day 15, I made my first cow. This is a pumpkin spice cow because of the colors. And I also scented it with like a pumpkin spice essential oil. It fades over time, so it's just very lightly scented, but I kind of like the idea of scenting the cow. I put one of my tags on the back, and this was a free pattern that I found on Pinterest, I believe. I can show you that link if you need it. And I was pretty impressed with this. However, my hands killed me after making this cow. Now, I was using a size K, I want to say, hook, which I don't know the millimeter size on it. But the pattern called for a size H, and there's no way I could use this yarn, which I can't remember. Some of this is the Bernat, and the other is another version of that blanket yarn. There's no way my hands could have crocheted this cow using that size hook. As it was very painful. So I have some different yarn. I got the Chenille Home Slim that I'm going to try to make a Christmas themed cow with. Same pattern, and I'm hoping maybe that yarn isn't quite as tough on my hands. But anyway, I was very proud of this little cow. I like it a lot. I'm actually going to add a little belly button because I feel like it needs something. So that was day 15. On day 16, I made two itty bitty kitties, and I have just decided to stitch the tail around. I was just keeping it loose and just kind of keeping it wrapped, but I like having it stitched so that it stays there. It also, because they are kind of roundish on the bottom, it gives them a little bit of something to kind of lean against so they can stand upright. So there's the itty bitty kitties. I made them the same day, and I accidentally left out a row on this one, so it's slightly shorter, but they're still both adorable. And also on that day, I made a adult size velvet twist headband using the Bernat crushed velvet, which I absolutely love the way it works up in this pattern. So that was day 16. Oh wait, and I also did the penguin, sorry. Yes, 3 items on day, no, how many would that be? That would be 4, right? 2 kitties, a penguin, and a headband. This one did have the feet. Wait a minute. It was one that was like this. Sorry. This guy's a stand-in as well. I must have grabbed the wrong penguin. The one I made probably did not have feet. So just imagine him with no feet using these same colors. Okay. This is why I need to stay on top of this. I just can't. Okay, day 18, right? I made a little baby sea turtle using the crushed velvet as the shell, and then just the regular velvet yarn as the body. All right, so that, and also an infant headband. I wanted to show you, just for size comparison, the difference. Here's the infant headband, here's the child-sized headband, and then here is the adult-sized headband. So sometimes it's hard to see in photos, like on Instagram, what the difference in size is. I crochet the infant size to, oh goodness, how many? I think I crochet this to 12 inches long before I seam it. The child size headband, I crochet to 15 inches, and then the adult headband, I crochet to 19 inches. And then of course, you know, these have quite a bit of stretch, but you still want them to be snug, which is why I stop at that, because like nobody has a 19-inch head pretty much, you know, as an adult. But you want it to stretch around your ears to keep it warm and stay snug. So that's the idea behind those. So just wanted to show you really quickly the size difference. Okay, for the next day, which is 20th? No, I don't even know what day. Anyway, the next day, all I did was a infant headband. Some days are just like that, different color. I kind of like it. The next day, I don't know if you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably don't know this, but I got an Addy machine an Addy knitting machine as an early Christmas gift. And I made my very first Addy hat. This is a little fox, and put my tag on it. You can have it the brim up or down, and I absolutely love the way it worked out. I love that my very first try using the knitting machine was successful, because I was very intimidated by it, right? So this is a baby size. It could possibly stretch to fit a toddler, but it's like a baby size hat, beanie. Yes, beanie, that's it. And then along with that, I also made this teal blue adult size velvet twist headband. And then on the 20th, I believe, I don't even know, I made another sea turtle with the crushed velvet shell and the regular velvet face and fins. And then I made a baby octo. I love these. They are absolutely adorable. And I made another infant size velvet twist headband. So that was the 20th. And then on the 21st, I made only a infant headband again. I was gone all day long. Our older kids had a youth activity all day, and so I was out of the house, so I was happy that I got this done. And that wraps up week 3. That's got to be my most concise wrap-up video ever. I didn't get distracted too much on yarn types and all that other stuff, but I just wanted to get this out because it is, what day is it? It's the 29th right now, okay? So that means that I have a couple more days left in October, and then I'll be finishing up that video on what I wrapped up the month with. So anyway, I'm just getting started with this. I'm having fun, and it's keeping me accountable to a certain degree as well. I also post every day on Instagram the stuff that I made each day, and I do need to get organized though. One thing I will mention, I'm having my my first ever event, my first ever market, and it's a 3-night market in December. Coffee, which is just amazing, but it's also kind of stressing me out a little bit because I have no experience. So I'm going in completely newbie to this, and I'm a little bit terrified that I'm either gonna be like way overly prepared with inventory, and more terrified that I'm not gonna have enough. So that's kind of putting the pressure on me a little bit. However, this week or last week or sometime recently, I did go to the Dollar Tree, and I found a few items that I want to use for display purposes. So let me show you those. Okay, our Dollar Tree has kind of upgraded to a section that's not just $1.25. So these little trays were in there, and they work really well as like a little display for the headbands. So, you know, just having like a little row of headbands coming on down, you know, this or something like that. So I got a couple of those. I also got some wire baskets that I'm using for some of the smaller items. I just dropped an octo, like the little baby octos, right? I mean, I think it's cute because you can kind of see them all through there. And obviously they're just tossed in there right now, but I would turn them all so that, you know, their little faces are showing, and, you know, they're just drawing you in with their little adorableness. So that's another one that I got. So I just got a couple of little things like that. I've also purchased some LED lights from Costco. They're battery powered, just teeny tiny, like I call them fairy lights. And they have all kinds of different settings. You could do like the Christmas colors, you could have it just white, you can have it fade, you can have them flash, you can have them do all kinds of stuff. So I got a few of those because the event is outdoors, and it's a Christmas lights, you know, thing that this farm does. And so that pulls in a lot of people. But the outside isn't really lit necessarily. I think the last email I got from the coordinator was that there is some light, but that they highly recommend you still lighting your booth. So I'm going to be using those. I plugged in, or I put batteries in just 2 of the strings. I think I have 12 altogether. I put in just 2 of the strings, and then I closed the door in this little office space that I have, turned the lights out, and it was plenty light. So I feel like with the 12, you know, all around my display, it'll be lit enough that people will be able to see. Because I was originally considering, okay, I'm gonna need to get some more like clamp on reading lights that I can, you know, direct towards the tables so that people can see this stuff. But I think that it should be fine with those. Of course, I'm gonna get all my setup done this coming up month in November and figure out what I'm gonna do for the actual setup. And so I'll do a little mock setup, and I'll turn all the lights out and see how bright it is with just the little LEDs. So I'm looking forward to that. It's exciting, it's intimidating, it's all those things, but it's still gonna be lots of fun. I'm gonna rope my kids into it, gonna make them come with me. Actually, my girls are excited about it. They wanna come, so I don't know. It might be more like arm twisting to get my boys out there, but you know, it's a great experience. So, and I could use some extra hands on deck. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, that was wrap up for week 3 of what I made in October. I'll see you next time. Bye.